Hey there, dirt bike people. I'm Chuck from TrueTech, and today I'm going to be changing the fuel pump on this 2018 FE350. I have already diagnosed that the fuel pump is bad. It's quite a simple job to change the fuel pump. I'm going to remove this plug here. Now this here is aftermarket. I think this comes from bestdualsportbikes.com. That's all there is to getting it loose. Now, we just got to pull it out. We've got our whole sending unit assembly here. You can see this fuel filter is absolutely filthy. It should not look like that. It should be clear. Don't lose this. That's the O-ring that seals this assembly to the tank. This is the regulator, and you can see that there is a bunch of gunk on it. And I'm going to be changing this regulator. It's not always necessary, but in this case, this bike has sat for such a long time, I definitely want to replace that. Another thing commonly overlooked is just cleaning out the fuel tank itself. There is a bunch of gunk in there, see down in there. So I'm going to be cleaning this before I put that together. The first thing that I usually do is just get at the fuel pump itself. And there are these little tabs here that holds this plastic cover on. Just kind of push those in. So this is a pre-filter. It goes on here like this. This one's in good shape. It's not a bad idea to replace it either way. You can see this whole pump is covered in a layer of gooey gunk, and that layer is probably going to be on the inside as well, because this bike only has 64 hours on it, but it has sat for most of its life. So most likely the old fuel and the ethanol will have killed this pump. While we're here, this is the fuel level sensor. So sometimes that little blue wire is broken off of there. That can be repaired. So I need a little bit better access to this thing to properly take it apart. So I'm just going to snip this so these wires can get out of the way. And now I need to disconnect these wires. And these two prongs are different sizes, so it's pretty hard to mix them up. This fuel line is hard. You don't want to put a flame to it. Usually what I do is I just cut it off. That's the safest way. Now the more critical part is over here. Cut this off as well, and then I'm gonna start cutting this off, and that's where it gets tricky. So this whole assembly here is plastic. Start with a fresh blade. So I'm just gonna have that blade sticking out just a little bit. I'm just gonna open that up. Careful. Have an adult help you with this. My resident adult is not here right now, so you don't want to cut this spigot here. I'm just going to make sure I have all the parts. This is a metal fuel filter. These plastic fuel filters, they tend to crack right up under here. This fuel filter itself mainly catches junk from the motor as it wears, and I'm going to be installing a high quality Moto 3000 hour fuel pump, so I'm really not worried about that, but the metal filter is not going to break. These are cheap. They're from up here in BC. We have Lordco. I'm sure you can get them at Napa. And then I'm also going to be using a regulator, which I also got from Moto. That right there, BC 8027. And I also do have a fresh pre-filter. As far as I'm concerned, Moto is the only pump that is a viable option these days. The cheap Chinese pumps, I'm not having any of that because I've had way too many issues with them. I know lots of people are going to say, well, I've installed them and they've lasted many hours. It doesn't matter. I've installed them and I've had a bunch of failures, and people that have installed many fuel pumps like I have had similar results. So these are significantly cheaper than OEM. They are readily available and they are significantly higher quality than OEM. So no brainer right there. Now, onto this regulator. I don't know if this regulator failed or not, but I'll tell you what, I'm not going to take the whole thing apart again just due to a failed regulator. They're not that expensive. I'm going to replace this. I usually do this when I replace a fuel pump, unless it has quite low hours on it and it's been ridden regularly. But this one, you can see it has gunk all over it. A regulator is literally just a spring with a seal on the end of it, and when the sealing surface gets corroded or whether gunk gets in there, I mean, these are pretty robust, but I have seen them fail many times. This one has this Oetiker clamp on it. One really nice thing about these Moto kits is that they come with a whole bunch of these clamps, so you don't need a special tool. Now, okay, yeah, this one's not giving me too much trouble. I'll do it for you guys so that you can see. Now, I do have a fire extinguisher handy. It's right over there. I'm probably not going to need it, but I am dealing with flame and a fuel pump assembly. Just warm that up a little bit, not too much. There we go. That makes things easy. Now, this just sits down in there. Very simple. This clamp is technically a little bit, oh, that's loose. I don't like that. I do not like that. Okay, we're gonna take it off. Do this a different way. I've got a tiny little gear clamp here. We'll see. Oh, it's my box of random stuff. Yeah, that's not gonna do it. Doesn't want to do it. Too small. Okay, cool. We're gonna do it with safety wire. I've got my fancy safety wire pliers. You don't need those. I'm gonna get rid of these. Hands are sweating. The key with this is to go around twice. If you go around once, then on one side, it's going to be kind of like teardrop shaped like this. If you go around twice, you're going to get clampage all the way around, and you're going to be able to get it properly tightened with that first clamp. If you're good with knots or tying things around trees, you know that that's the case. Now, you can do this with regular pliers, of course. Now, the point is that the pipe on the end of this little regulator has a bulge right there. So the safety wire is tight. It's digging into the hose just a little bit, so it's not going to let that hose slide off. This is not my first choice, but it will absolutely do, and I'm glad to be able to show it to you guys because you may run into this. And Taco Mike, if you're watching this, maybe you could find a tiny clamp that would work in this application. Now, if you haven't done this before, then what you might want to do, instead of yanking it all apart like I have, you might want to pull things apart in stages so that you don't forget how things go back together. Once I get this back together, I'll talk a little bit about the concept of how it works. I'll follow the flow of fuel. And if you understand that, then you can put it all back together, whether you remember how it was or not. I'm going to orient this just like this because it's not interfering with anything. Nice and tight. Metal fuel filter. Usually they have an arrow in. Now we need to figure this out. So this is where the fuel pickup is, obviously where this screen is. So fuel is going to be flowing this way. It's going to flow in here into the regulator, and that way the excess pressure can come out of here. Then after it hits the regulator, it's going to come back down here, and this is the output for the fuel. Okay, that's going to give me trouble. Don't burn this, don't damage it, or else it'll get crusty. Just warm it up. Yeah, so it gets nice and soft. I'm going to get these wires out of the way. This line is going to go through here, and then I'm going to put the pump on. Don't put the pump on the other side of this. That'd be a no-no. Don't forget your clamp. I don't remember whether it went this way or this way. So I'll get this off, and that'll tell me what needs to happen with that. You want to be careful not to break this plastic piece. It's got this little snap ring type thing on it. They're not meant to come off. That old fuel pump's all sticky. So the taco kit comes with two of these little things. It's almost like they know you're going to fling one across the shop. I'm going to do this the smart way. How about that? I've got a little bit of grease. Stick the grease down there. Now I'm going to take just a little socket and press that down there. So once you press it down, it goes kind of cone shaped, and then it digs in, doesn't allow it to come off. These are often very tight as well. However, a little bit of heat helps. I don't want to get heat on this mesh. I'm just going to go very gently around the outside and just warm it up. I've had trouble with these things many times. Can't emphasize enough, don't put your heat on that screen. Check it out. There we go. So that is stuck on there nicely now. So this pump now has to go up into there. This side is going to accommodate the fuel line as it goes down there. This side can't do that, so it only goes in one way. It's almost like they designed it with dumb people in mind. Isn't that nice of them? You want to make sure that these little tabs come out. There we go. All right, now it's ready to go back in. Actually, I should put this zip tie back. Ta-da! I was just cleaning up my area, and I found these little screws. This is why you clean stuff up before you reassemble. I'm going to take this piece of safety wire, drop it through this hole, because it's easier to find this big hole than the little holes. There we go. I'm just going to wrap this around here. So now I'm just going to work this thing toward the hole. Oh yeah, easy. I'm going to make sure that this O-ring is okay, which it is. And all I need to do is get this started and we're safe. I don't want to tighten it all the way, but I want to get it kind of in the right place. Now I'll get this one started. The O-ring on here, also fine. Now I can tighten this one all the way. Be careful, these are aluminum threads. If you want to use a little bit of Loctite there, that's okay. Just be careful, because if you put too much Loctite there, it'll be a pain to get it off later. And heating this up, due to the fact that there's fuel in the tank, not usually recommended. I've made sure that I've got my O-ring back in here. Of course, you want to make sure that this plug is facing up. It would suck to discover that you'd put it on backwards after you fuel up the tank. There we go. One fuel pump changed. If you guys like this type of content, I'd appreciate it if you let the algorithm know. How I have decided to monetize this is with my TrueTech community. There are tons of resources. There's a tire change course, there's a suspension course, I'm working on an applied electrical course, a whole bunch of free manuals. If you're interested in that, click the link in the description below. Thanks a lot for watching.